Hello everyone and welcome to Wonderkids Head-to-Head here on Anderzbaz FM, the series where we take two Wonderkids from Football Manager 2022 who play in the same position and compare their careers after a 10-season simulation. In today's episode we take strikers Erling Haaland and Youssoufa Moukoko and see who will be the better player over the long term. First up then, we will take a look at Erling Haaland, who is dubbed the cheat code in FM22. Now obviously Haaland starts out at Borussia Dortmund and is already an incredible player. Now conversely, the much younger Youssoufa Moukoko, who is also at Dortmund, is only 16 years old, but is touted by many as perhaps the greatest Wonderkid in the history of Football Manager. We shall see. Our first port of call is to compare the two players at the start of the game, which, for completeness, is running after the winter update using the 22.3 database. Now, it's immediately obvious that Moukoko is facing an uphill struggle here against Haaland, as not only is the Norwegian one of, if not the, best player currently in the game, he's also 4 years younger and playing in the same position for the same team. By comparison, Haaland is already at the skill level that you'd probably hope that Moukoko would reach in his prime, but he's only 20 years old, so will still have many years left to improve. Now, at their peaks, I suspect that both players will probably be very similar, but as we've already covered, Haaland is already there, and he's blocking Moukoko's path to the starting 11 at Dortmund, so it's going to hamper his development even more so. Now, there's very little on an attribute by attribute basis that Moukoko has currently got an edge over Haaland, with dribbling and agility really the only attributes that are in his favour that might be of any use whatsoever. Now, let's see how this comparison looks in 10 seasons' time. And whilst we are simulating forward, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video. And if you are enjoying this series, please give the video a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Okay then, we are now 10 seasons into the future and we'll start out by looking at Erling Haaland once again, and we can immediately see that he has joined PSG and been with the French side for a lot of seasons, 8 in fact, and he looks to be at the peak of his powers still at the age of 30. Now, if we jump across to Youssoufa Moukoko, he has found his way to Chelsea by way of Leverkusen, and it looks like he might be, as expected, just about comparable to Haaland as he was at the start of the game. Okay then, let's do a direct comparison now, and whilst they are both closer in ability than they were at the beginning of the simulation, Haaland is still clearly the better player, with Moukoko unable to match him anywhere really apart from that technical part of the polygon. Moukoko has definitely improved into an incredible player by his own accounts, but he's still not a match for the Norwegian legend. So if we look at their respective careers, starting with Haaland, as we've already seen, Haaland left Dortmund for PSG in 2023 for a cool £122 million after 2 further incredible seasons in Germany. In fact, it turns out that these 2 seasons were 2 of his best 3 across the whole 10-year simulation, with only 1 season in Ligue 1 matching his time in the Bundesliga. Now, across his career, Haaland has won 5 Ligue 1 titles and a single Champions League during his time in France. Not quite the massive haul of trophies that you might expect over a 10-season span. On a personal level, however, he has continued to rack up the awards, taking 3 Ballon d'Ors and numerous other awards across this incredible run. If we jump across now to Moukoko, and we can see that he has now found himself in England with Chelsea, and the youngster looks like he might have failed to break into the Dortmund starting lineup, despite Haaland's departure, and at the age of 21 he jumped ship across to Bayer Leverkusen for £58 million after a pretty successful season with limited appearances, getting 7 goals in 10 in the league. Whilst there, he did reasonably well without making any real groundbreaking performances, and after 3 seasons he'd clearly done enough though to secure an £87 million move to Chelsea, where he looks like he's finally coming into his own over the last 3 seasons, putting in his best complete performances over a full campaign. Now, Moukoko is still only 26, so he's got plenty of time to make his mark on the footballing world, but it's obvious that he is never going to be quite on the same level as Haaland, specifically at his peak. Now, onto his list of achievements. Moukoko has already won really nothing of note until he got to Chelsea, and still there it's limited to just the Europa League and a domestic cup double the season before. Not quite the same level as Haaland, and it's similar on a personal level as well, with Moukoko yet to earn any real awards of note. So there we have it. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Haaland has won this battle of Wonderkid strikers, with Moukoko unable to overcome the massive challenge of his Dortmund teammate. In this simulation at least, Moukoko has been unable to develop into a player that matches the incredible ability of Haaland. And even if we simulated for another 5 seasons, I really struggle to see how the young German could possibly match his Norwegian counterpart, no matter how you measure things. And there we go then, this Wonderkid head-to-head is complete. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if things have developed differently in your own game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Well, hey, you've made it to the end of the video, and hang on, it's a subscribe button. Tap on this. Even if you've done it already, just try it, see what happens. And then if you're hanging around, have a look at these. One of these. Check out some of this amazing content. You won't regret it. I'll see you next time.